We make films about injustice. That's the subject we always work on. And we heard about the new sanctuary movement about 6 years ago from a best friend of ours who lives in Philadelphia. So we went to Philadelphia and we met Carmela, and then we went to the end to the Church of the Advocate, and then we met these extraordinary women who work there. We thought we have to make a film here. The subject is so important, and the people there are so beautiful. We thought, oh well, of course, let's get started. This was an emotionally challenging film to make because you're working with such vulnerable populations, and not just Carmela, right, who's in such a difficult situation, but also the patrons who would come to the soup kitchen every day. So emotionally challenging for sure, but above all, I was astounded by the generosity of everybody in the community where we filmed, that I was immediately welcomed, right? So, and then it's just a matter of putting in time so you gain the trust of people that they know you're serious and want to do something very important and meaningful.
Yeah, it was really impressive, I guess. One of the favorite sayings of Reverend Renee, who's the head of the Church of the Advocate, where our film takes place, is everybody has a place on the table. So that is something that she kind of also did for us, filmmakers, to give us just the full access to film at her church and at the Advocate Café. So the Church of the Advocate is a very special church because it's built after a model of a French cathedral. But when you walk inside, the first thing you see is these really big murals that were commissioned by Father Paul Washington at the time of the Black Panther Party. And that's how we kind of immediately saw, hey, this is a very different church.
Yeah, and then I met Barbara Easley Cox, and we started doing an interview, and then she tells me about her rich history in the Black Panther Party, all which is not unfortunately in the film. So just an extraordinary person, Barbara, right? So, and that tradition, then Reverend Renee, of course, tells you how that tradition is what motivates, and that's their ideal that they still live by, right? Helping the vulnerable in any way they can, right? So, yeah.
So the Black Panthers also started the concept of soup kitchens, and now it's a little over 30 years later. The soup kitchen that is now called the Advocate Café because they find it more a social place than just a kitchen or a place to eat. Is still there, but it was initially initiated by the Black Panthers.
Carmela is still in sanctuary now at the second church that she moved to. So it's been 2.5 years that she can't leave the house. And I think now, because of the coronavirus, those who are practicing social distancing and staying at home, you might get just a tiny, tiny taste of what that would be like not to be able to leave your home at all. That's what Carmela's going through. So she has a team of lawyers who are still fighting for her, but there's still no change. And then people, of course, want to know what's the update on the soup kitchen. So Reverend Renee was able to keep it open, and so it still remains open today.
Even today, with the threat of the virus, because they say we're a social institution, we're a Christian institution, and those are what we stand for. So they say we have to stay open for the community, which is quite brave.
That's the latest update from Mamie. We spoke to her on the phone 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah. And there's also a newsletter if you want to see more information about the updates. So to all the people we filmed with in Philadelphia, the patrons, Barbara, Mamie, Renee, Carmela, and the kids, we miss you a lot. We are so sorry that our film is not going to premiere at a festival in America anytime soon. And we're going to get the film to you very soon, and we love you lots.